Hey guys, it's First Week Wednesday. Now, you may remember that in my last video before the end of term I wasn't feeling fantastic, and some of you who are coming up to New College for interviews may potentially have noticed my absence if you were hoping that I would be there, as you all were. Unfortunately, because the illness got progressively worse, it was a horrific case of tonsillitis, I ended up having to go home and miss the interview period. So massive apologies on my behalf for that. I would have loved to have been there to help out, but I hope everybody got the results they were hoping for. If you didn't get an offer from Oxford, as I said in my interview video, it's certainly not the end of the world. And if you are intent on getting a place here, then why not try taking a gap year and reapplying? I took a year out and things are going okay for me. After I got over my illness, I began what was arguably a well-deserved vacation. Unfortunately, it then returned at the end of the vacation. This wasn't ideal because at the beginning of every term, at Oxford you have what are called collections. Now these are fairly informal exams. They're taken in halls where your tutor or tutors set you a paper testing what you have learnt over the previous term. I found out on return that these exams aren't taken particularly seriously. However, as first years, I think we're all quite intent on getting a relatively decent mark, given it's our first assessment that we've had from the university. I had 3 exams and they all went okay, but we haven't got the results yet, so I'll wait until those arrive. They finished on the Saturday of O week, so that was last Saturday, and fortunately I was able to go out for the first time in what was about 8 weeks. I realised that nobody's really mentioned the Oxford nightlife, and I should probably just add that as someone coming from London, in spite of what you may think about the Oxford nightlife, it's actually really good. There's usually something decent going on every night, so to anyone who's having any massive concerns about the lack of going out while you're in Oxford or the opportunities available, don't worry, really. This term for Human Sciences is actually looking really busy. Rachel wasn't wrong in saying that Hilary term seems to be the most packed in terms of deadlines. On top of more lectures a week compared to last term, I have the same number of tutorials but also have genetics and physiology labs every week. We had our first lab today and it was surprisingly interesting, very basic, but it was good actually being able to use decent equipment in comparison to what we had in school. So like Rachel, as Hilary is supposed to be quite a difficult term to get through, I'm putting my own precautions in place, and this term I'll be taking what is called a course in mindfulness. Some of you may have heard about it before, but it's actually a form of meditation that is increasingly being used in the treatment of stress, anxiety, and even depression. And Oxford has its own mindfulness centre, looking into research for it, which means as a student you can go on this course for £40 as opposed to £250 that you'd be paying if you weren't a member of the university. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that's really all I have to say for today. Over the coming weeks I'll try and focus on some more specific topics. I know someone asked about personal statements. I still need to do my tour of the college, but I thought it might be a good idea to do that when the scaffolding's been taken down and perhaps when the weather's improved slightly. And as ever, open to any suggestions that you may have. I hope you've all had a good start to your school terms / university terms / year. Goodbye.